Tokenmetrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Token Metrics Market Update Show. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, then subscribe to this channel. If you like the content, please hit the like button. All right, let's welcome a few people to the stream. We have Julian, Logan, hi. Welcome to the Market Update Show. All right, as people trickle in, AB, how you doing? Just saying hello, Jay, Kumar. Hi, everybody. Julian, we are all going to make it. Yes, Kryptonair University. The Netherlands, show me the money, Austin, Texas. Always feel free to let us know where you're dialing in from. Pump that like button. Hey, where's my people from London and Montreal? Are you out there? Come on. You guys went to the pub instead of watching crypto. Hello from DC. All right, let's get to the market update. Because, folks, here's the deal. Hey, there's Logan from Montreal. All right. Now, in the U.S., right, we are off on Monday. So this market update is going to have to suffice for 3 days. So for our friends in Halifax, Canada, and Clay from Brooklyn, all right, let's pay attention. I know you guys pay attention, but let's focus. Let's focus, because what's going to happen in the next couple days is very important for crypto. All right. As we welcome Houston, Berlin, and London. Ireland as well. A market of cryptos. Okay. As you can tell by what's on your screen, not every crypto goes down or up at the same time. The market's going sideways. Some cryptos go up while others go down. And this is going to go on indefinitely, in my opinion. So, to give you the short pitch, if you don't have tokenmetrics.com, you may have a low probability of finding the coins that can go up when everything else is down. Now let's talk about a saying in equities. Never go long into a long weekend. So on Monday, the U.S. equity market is closed. It's a federal holiday. Selling in equities was rampant on Thursday, and we don't know what's going to happen today. Most likely the stock market will wind up down. The only question is a little bit or a lot. So this is a risky time for crypto, particularly since I figured crypto was going to do well early next week after the inflation statistics are out. However, that said, I do believe crypto is better than stocks. I do believe crypto can rally, but the reality is, can crypto flourish in a world, or what cryptos will flourish if interest rates go up and the U.S. economy gets weaker at the same time, right? The Fed is going to raise rates and the economy is not as strong as it was. That is horrible for stocks. As you can see by this chart, all right, there is a bearish ascending wedge. So the U.S. stock market is like a runner running on a treadmill with a steep incline. It's running uphill, right? It runs, and it gets tired, and then it fails, right? And that's what's happening in stocks. Portfolio managers in equities are like, I'm not getting wrecked, I'm getting out. Okay, ARK Innovation, the speculative component of the equity market, the altcoins of the stock market. ARKK and ARKW should be on your watch list. ARKK ARC innovation is the bowling ball thrown out of the building formation. That means, the bowling ball comes out, hits something, and then just drops. Okay. If you look at ARC on a 4-hour chart, you can see that every time ARC rallies to say just this random trend line that I drew, everybody is selling on upticks, right? Rallies are getting sold, and they're getting sold hard. So what does this mean for crypto? Well, if the equity market can hold itself together, some cryptos can go up and some can go down. Now, if the equity market falls out of bed, you have to sort of recognize that could happen and adjust your portfolio accordingly. All right. So you can be long, right? I want to be long Bitcoin into Monday, right? I don't know how smart that is, but that's what I want to do, right? And I know the stuff you want to do. Just be smart about it. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. I really need Bitcoin to get back above 42,500. Okay. 42,500 is like, that was the top of the old range. So I was hoping that would hold. It didn't, but I have seen Bitcoin do these sort of like stop fishing exercises where they'll stop everybody out and come back above. Okay. That said, I'm way less excited, okay, about Bitcoin going into next week. Okay? I wanted it to be good, right? But I need some chart help. Now, what I was thinking was that support at 42, roughly 42,300 would hold, and that to 46K. Okay, so that's just a hope. The charts are it's like meh. It's meh, right? ETH is kind of the same thing. There's pretty decent support in ETH at 32.25. Okay, so if you look at a 4-hour chart, ETH has got some decent support here, right? And there's also decent support at 3,200. That was the top of the old range. So it's kind of a weird thing where I thought Bitcoin was going to do well, but ETH actually looks better. All right, now, Litecoin may have some fundamental catalysts. All right, there may be a privacy narrative with this, I believe. So, if Bitcoin does well on Monday, Litecoin might shock you and go up. Just a little food for thought. Now, let's get to the money. Token metrics daily index for Kraken. Okay, Pax Gold, Terra, stable coins. Okay, our AI indices are slowly moving towards a cash allocation. Cosmos, Chainlink, we've been talking about that as longs, and Kava, okay, a DeFi protocol. Kava is up 10% today. Okay, Kava has been in that Kraken index now for 2 or 3 weeks. So it broke a trend line, it hung out, right? And then boom. And that's how our AI works. So the highest conviction trade that I can give you is that our indices are the key to finding the cryptos that are going to go up when everything else is going down. Okay, Luna, I'm going to check into, right? I've got that coming up. Okay, Near Protocol. Here's the question. Next week, if stocks go down, what cryptos could go up a lot? And I'm wondering, since Near is not backing off after breaking resistance at 19, if it can go to 32. Hello from Spain. Welcome. Now, yesterday I was like, don't chase. And I still believe you should not chase, because the next time we get together on Tuesday, we don't know what equities are going to do. That said, it's starting to feel like Near is like an AVAX or a Solana, where the whole market can go down or the whole market can go sideways and everybody piles into one coin. If that happens, Near can go up. So net, okay, I'm more bullish on Near than I was yesterday. If I was long it, I would take some off the table and let the rest ride. But there is a distinct possibility that if crypto is positive next week, okay, there is a fundamental and a chart argument for higher prices in Near. Okay, there also may be a similar narrative going on with Rose. So I'm not into paying up, Somebody's asking if it's a good time to buy more room. Not investment advice, but I like buying stuff that's been beat up when it's down. So if you get the down day in coins that you like, that's kind of the way to go, I think, right? Because you don't know, you don't want to buy something at the top, and then have it go down 50% in your face. Okay. So Rose, broke above 43 cents. It's breaking above another trend line around 53 cents. And I have to say 86 is possible. Again, if crypto is positive next week, there's only probably going to be 4 or 5 coins that can lead. So if you hold it, if you've got this, take some money off the table and leave the rest of it, right? Traders, I don't know. I don't like FOMO. I don't recommend it, but I do acknowledge that this could go a lot higher if there's a blow off next week. Now, check out my little kind of, I don't know, my little bullshit value investing play, the FTX token, right? Everybody was into crypto.com, and then all of a sudden, FTX token stopped everybody out and is like doing these green candles every day. Now, I don't know that I buy a big green candle, but if there was a sideways dip, I don't see why this can't go up, right? And again, crypto is this weird thing now where some are going to go up and some are going to go down. So near Rose could go parabolic. They could. FTX looks like a value play that's working. Luna. All right. Nobody wanted it at 60. Everyone loved it at 100. Everybody was ready to rage quit crypto because they missed it. Now, no one's talking about it except for, some of my good friends on. All right. I'm looking at Luna, right? What did I do with the Luna chart? Okay. Luna was looking good on a trend line. So if Luna is at 80 and the market is good, I don't see why Luna can't go to 130. This, of course, assumes there's no equity market crash. Sol, a lot of people asking about this. Right now, I'm not really into buying things at resistance. I'm not, right? So, I would rather get this at 287 if they flush the market out, right? That said, layer 1 coins are building up steam. So I think if near moons, it could take Rose, Phantom, Sol, and any other layer 1s that you can see where the token metrics layer 1 rankings page. It's a must, folks. I mean, even if the market crashes on Tuesday, after it crashes, the stuff that you're going to buy, you will probably be able to pick up from token metrics' indices. Phantom, okay, a slight change of heart here. I'm not really in the mood to buy resistance. I'm not. So I would rather be, flat and value investing than buying stuff at the top. Now, that said, if the market goes up next week, Phantom's probably going to go to 4. Right? It's probably going to go to 4. Now, somebody's asking about Cosmos. Cosmos is one of these things that may be running out of steam. Even though it still looks good, I'm just wondering if there's going to be more of a switch into Polkadot. Okay? But I still think Cosmos is a core holding. So I'm looking here at Phantom, and I still see evidence of people buying the dip. Right? Which leads me to believe that, if near moons, Phantom's going to go with it. And there could be the last rally of this crypto kind of, cycle could be a blow off in layer 1s, right? It depends on stocks. Novogratz tweeted about this a week ago, and I should have jumped all over that tweet because he was right. So if there's no stock crash over the weekend, right, or next Tuesday, right, that allows crypto to go up. And who knows, while stocks are closed, that's when crypto may do the parabolic in some of these good coins. It's feasible. Chainlink, kind of making it hard for us. Chainlink is pushing on support around 24.75. I think in a market of cryptos where like the whole crypto world doesn't go up or down at the same time, I think Chainlink, not investment advice, does make sense. So as long as, the tokenomics indices are talking about Chainlink, I think that, can be a position in a portfolio. Now, Cosmos. Everyone seems to want to sell Cosmos at 40, right? I mean, from a technical analysis point of view, it seems clear that everybody wants to sell this at 40 and go home. All right. So people probably want to do the same thing in Phantom and Near and Rose. They just want to sell and go home. Sometimes, if there's no crash in equities, right, that could lead to a real serious turn up and a breakout in things that our AI likes. So if I was holding Cosmos, I would still continue to hold it, not investment advice. Just hold it. Just see if it can break out. I mean, you might get hosed. It might go down to 32, which is probably where anybody that doesn't hold Cosmos would want to buy the dip. Okay. So, some of this stuff, Phantom, Near, and Cosmos, you can hold them, right? You can. If you get hosed, you get hosed. I think the risk is without a stock crash over the weekend, right, or a stock crash next week, that crypto could have a good 3 days. Now, if stocks crash next week, it's all effed. It's going down, right? Polkadot. Polkadot's holding 25.50. I kind of like that. I like the fact that Polkadot, stopped everybody out and hurt everybody. Cadena, I'll try to get to that in the Q&A period. Okay, here's the Luna chart I was talking about. 77 was a prior high, and Luna is popping out above 77. So think about it. If crypto is on its own for 3 days, Luna, Link, Polkadot, Cosmos, Phantom, right, Near, Rose, and Sol, right? Those are your possible cryptos for a sideways market without a stock apocalypse. Okay, any swap. Incredibly interested in this. We did a podcast going through red phone cryptos, kind of 2022 predictions. Any swap was in there. This thing is basically up 60% since that podcast came out, right? This is an absolute beast on the upside. I might try to buy the dip at 30. That's a 23% retracement. And I think it would be Christmas if you got this thing on a flush down to 22, right? All these cryptos that I'm mentioning, right? With like, from Near to Phantom to any swap. You know what, folks? If the market went down on an equities crash, that actually might be the best outcome, because then you could pick this stuff up cheaper rather than having to sit here and go, should I FOMO? Because realistically, you shouldn't. So whatever I can draw on charts is one thing. I can draw a Near going from 19 to 32. That doesn't mean it's a good risk-reward trade. It doesn't, right? But any swap on a dip might be, not investment advice. These are the thumbnails on our YouTube page for the red phone crypto theses. I know it's a lot, right? They're like 40 minutes a piece because we talk about each one of 70, components. But folks, there's a lot of altcoins in there. He's talking about, Rari Capital, all the different forms of DeFi that could explode. Like, he thinks total value locked in DeFi could go to 250 billion, right? I mean, that's like Rune, Rari, Aave, Sushi, Yearn, right? Plus all the layer ones that all this stuff's going to run on, right? So there are trades to be done here if you can get the stuff at the right prices. So adjust your risk, okay? If you're holding stuff, the trend is your friend, okay? If you don't have a position and you've missed something, it's okay. The market will give you another opportunity. And that is the market update. All right. Now, I'd like to say hello to my friend from Slovenia, who's joining in. Taz is looking for AVAX. Cadena and Elrond is up there. So let's bring up the software. Okay. And while I'm doing that, I know y'all are going to want to hit the like button, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but altcoin overtime has become like altcoin overtime on demand. Where else can you go and get the coin that you're interested in charted? All right. So let's hope we can get some of this stuff done, because y'all are going to have to live without me for 3 days. Right. And I know that means you're going to want to come back and watch a whole bunch of videos on YouTube to make sure that you do the right thing into next week. Don't get wrecked by equities. Okay, so we're looking at KDA. Okay, one thing you're going to notice, like starting next week, most likely, is I'm going to have to do the market update with 4-hour charts. Okay, just because it's that kind of market where daily candles aren't always helpful. All right, so here's what KDA did. KDA tried to break out of the range that it was in, right? So here was the breakout here. But then it sort of failed, right? This is what I talk about the market of cryptos. Now, folks, I know that there are KDA fans out there, and I'm not hating on this. I would love this if it would do this. If it would go up, break out, return, and then go. That's the bullish scenario. And until that scenario happens, I wouldn't get long this until they gave you a great price or there was a breakout, right? Because obviously, when you see these kind of wicks, somebody's selling this. So as much as I want to like it, intellectual honesty is of the utmost importance when you're an analyst. Okay, Elrond. What's going on in Elrond at 200? Interesting. Really good question. I know somebody was asking this yesterday. Okay, so this is somewhat interesting in the sense that Elrond rips higher, right? Comes off hard. Not seeing anything really on the daily chart here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. And let's take a gander and let's check a Fibonacci retracement level. One of the things you want to do, okay, in markets, if you're trying to see whether or not something is good on a dip, right? So is Elrond good on the dip? And I would say yes, right? Because it just held the 62% retracement of its move lower. And not just that, but there are people coming in on green candles, right? Elrond can sometimes be its own beast. So I would say that, you can lean on that 195 level. It's only trading at like 199. So for Cadena fans and Elrond fans, because I think if Elrond goes, some of these other layer ones might follow. But this actually looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty good. Okay, let's take a look. I'm assuming we're looking at the Curve Governance Token, right? I have to make sure I get to the right one. Let me get to my watch list. I have a special watch list for stuff like this. So let's find the Curve Governance Token if I can. Checking. Okay, I'm going to try one more time, and then I'll have to put it in the deck next week. Okay, here it is, Curve DAO token. Wait, almost had it. Hang on. Okay, determined to do it. Okay. That's the Curve DAO token. That's all I can get. You know what? Honestly, quickly, I know y'all just waited like 40 seconds of bad TV, but that is most likely a bullish formation. To the extent that Curve and anything in DeFi could experience a revival, I actually think that that's possible. So this thing, after it's like brutally dipped, could be a buying opportunity. Okay, somebody's asking for PYR. Okay, I've got that on my metaverse watch list. All right, so there's definitely a world of pain in PYR given the hack and all this other stuff that occurred. The question is, what happens if you value invest in PYR? All right. So the good news is PYR held support. And I think you want to buy stuff that's destroyed, right? So what's a better buy? I mean, did you want to buy PYR on the way up, or do you want to take a shot on the way down? Now, if you're trapped in this, right, and you're waiting for it to go back up, I say wait. I say wait, because I still think this is going to be a big metaverse year. Now, is Vulcan Forge going to go up right this second? I don't know, but it might, right? One thing we haven't seen yet is, market down or sideways, NFT and metaverse up. I actually think that if there is an equity market event, then NFTs and metaverse may benefit. So I'm all for PYR. Just, you have to be aware that if you buy it at 15, it can go back to 12, or lower, right? You have to understand your risk. If I was trapped in this, I think I would wait. Like if you bought it at 32, unless you got a need for the capital, just wait. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Oh yeah, Taz, forgot you, man. AVAX. Sometimes I like to get a fresh look. All right. So AVAX is one of these things where it goes back and forth. And it seems to be this consolidation because all of the action, right, is most likely in other layer one coins. So let's see if I can draw a trend line on AVAX. Sometimes I have a chart and then I like to try to pull it up and maybe draw something on it that is new that I haven't seen before. All right. Let's try. Okay. So let's try this. So I think when it comes to Avalanche, we have an Avalanche deep dive on our site that I would check out. And I actually think in terms of trade location based on this chart that I just drew here, that this looks like Avalanche, like right there. That's where they got everybody out. I call that a liquidity event, right? So somebody down here in this area was buying Avalanche, right? So Avalanche is definitely one of these coins because it's done it before, right? Now, Avalanche has gone up while the market's going down. Phantom has done it, and so does Near. I'm wondering if the whole layer one space can do just that. It can just moon over the weekend. So if I missed Avalanche, I would take a shot at 90, not investment advice. Like that's probably the best trading setup that I've seen today, right? Like Phantom and Near, like those charts now look better to me now that I've seen this chart of Avalanche, right? If Avalanche takes off, from 90, it might make a new high, right? Now, if it doesn't take off at 90, well, okay, then you have to ask yourself, is this dead money until there's a new catalyst? But I do like this trading setup. I do like it. Okay, thoughts on Helium? All right, let's do a couple more. All right, now, folks, I know y'all are hitting the like button out there because I know you like this type of analysis. Okay, so let's focus in on Helium. Okay, now when you look at Helium, you can clearly see that somebody, as it approaches 30, that they really want it. So that either means you're going to get it at 29 or Helium is approaching kind of like a buy zone, right? Like maybe if you draw this trend line differently, right? Helium might be right on the buy zone now. So, I think Helium and AVAX, the title of the video is cryptos that are going to do okay regardless, right? The we are all going to make it cryptos. This is probably one of those cryptos, right? Africa in the house. Hi. Okay. Link or Solana? You know, I really wish Solana would do better. Okay. Okay. So Solana is getting sold on upticks. Okay. It's not terrible because it's not breaking down, right? I do think that this is one of the more vulnerable coins, right? This is a vulnerable layer one. Now, I don't want to say Solana is yesterday's news because it's not. It's not. But, you know, people are selling it. See if I can get a trend line here that can give us like a more, I don't know. See, that this is the problem with Solana. I just can't get anything on the chart, right? So, you know, if you want to do this whole bump and run idea, you know, Solana broke out, but then it may come down to like 136 before it goes back up. And if it goes down to 136, it could go to 100. So if you wanted to be long Solana, I would say hold out for a better price, right? AVAX, Near, or Phantom seem to look better. I know that's a weird market, right? I mean, you like AVAX and not Solana? Yeah. I mean, it's like welcome to 2022 in terms of how this, you know, how this whole thing does. Okay. Wonderland. All right, let's go. I know somebody was asking for, I think, Decentraland. And I know Decentraland is not Wonderland. That's stuff I've been basically discouraged from charting because it's really like some sort of stable coin or net asset value play that doesn't really have anything to do with charts. Okay, so, you know, if you go to a 4-hour chart, let's try an 89-minute chart, Decentraland, see what we get. And we don't get much, right? Like, I don't think this part of the metaverse, well, maybe not. All right, so let's talk about coins that could go up if the market goes down. Interesting that on a 4-hour chart, Decentraland held at the 62% retracement. If you're looking at a coin and I'm not around, you might want to ask yourself, did it hold 62% on a major low? In other words, when this first started going up again, you obviously don't want to get long in here. This was sort of the message I was trying to give you about some of the layer ones, right? Yeah, it could go a lot higher, but you did very well in Decentraland if you waited for everybody to give up, right? So what I can draw on charts and what you should do for trading are different. I just think it's really interesting that this held this big fib number, and this may benefit over the weekend, right? I'm praying that there's no stock market crash on Tuesday. You know, if there is, that's going to be a whole other conversation for next week. All right, Casper. I saw a request for Casper yesterday. So let me see if I can get this in, because I know people in are just absolutely, I don't know, frankly, they're suffering, right? Because this thing was so bullish and then, you know, crashed last year. Okay, so Casper's trying to make a comeback. I can see that. Okay, here's back to the 89-minute chart. So, you know, I don't know. This seems kind of bullish to me, right? I mean, Casper had every reason to fail around, you know, 11.3 cents. Let's try to go to a 4-hour chart. So, you know, when you have all of this support and all of this trading down here, it seems pretty obvious that there's a buyer down here now. So this whole idea that this layer one trade could spread out, I mean, it's kind of funny when Casper looks like a better buy than Solana. You know, maybe I'm in need of a long weekend. I'm out of my mind. Who knows, right? I mean, that's a real dangerous thing to say. But there are layer one plays out there that really look like it could do better. So it's hard to be bullish on something that has done nothing but go down. But if I was holding Casper, I would just continue to hold it. All right. Okay, folks, that's going to be it for today. Really, the best chart work I can do for you will be on Tuesday afternoon. Okay, so let's go over the plan. If you long layer ones, you can hold on to the positions. Take money off the table as it goes up. DeFi value investing. You know, the any swaps, the runes, the raris. You know, if there's a dip in the market, that's where you go shopping. Metaverse may go up if the stock market goes down. I don't know that, but if we see that, we're going to jump on it next week. Bitcoin should go up, say, you know, on like the 15th and the 16th. If you don't get that, then GTFO, right? Don't get caught in crypto if equities crash. So fingers crossed that we can get the cryptos right, that I gave you the cryptos that are going to do well, okay, if we're in this sideways market, okay? All right? Go back and look at my comment from a few minutes ago about Bitcoin trend, and I'll listen in tomorrow. All right, I will be sure to go through the comments and check that out. All right? Now, my final word, the final word is, I can give you a suggestion for a plan. But you know who can make the best plan of all? You. Okay? You can make the best plan of all because you know that crypto's at risk for equities, and some cryptos can go up and others can go down if the market's sideways. If you know those two things, I have confidence in you that you can adjust your positions, make money, and survive. Or survive and make money, however you want to say it. Folks, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Bolivia. Thank you for listening in and supporting our channel. If you like this content and you've been watching it either live or recorded, please hit the like button. If you know people who need professional analysis in crypto, please subscribe to tokenmetrics.com. You're not going to make money this year without it. This is your host, Bill Noble, signing off. I will see you on Tuesday.